In your Imaginate printmaking box, you will receive your instruction booklet, two small cups of block printmaking ink and a plastic spoon, blank greeting cards, and blank envelopes. A lino cut tool with tips, a brayer, a ballpoint pen and a pencil, a sheet of block printmaking foam, as well as a lino cut block. And finally, you will receive a sheet of graphite paper, a sheet of palette paper, and a large sheet of craft paper. To begin your first print, take your large sheet of craft paper and lie it out on your work surface. This will make for easy cleanup. Then take your sheet of block printmaking foam and your pencil and your pen and begin by drawing your design with your pencil on your foam. Once you've completed drawing your design with your pencil, it should look a little something like this. Next, take your ballpoint pen and go back over your design using your pen. This will make your lines darker and easier to see, as well as make your indents firmer to create a clear print. This is what your design will look like after you've gone over it with the pen. Next, you'll want to take your palette paper, your ink and your spoon, your blank card, and your brayer. To begin, you'll take your ink out of the bag and use your spoon to scoop a small amount of your preferred color onto your palette paper. Next, use your brayer to roll out the ink. This will take some practice, but use long strokes to get a thin, even layer of ink on your brayer. You should roll up and down and then side to side, as you see in the video, and this will ensure that you don't have any clumps of ink attached to your brayer. Then, moving quickly, you'll want to roll your ink onto your foam sheet. It's important to kind of be speedy here so that you get a clear print and your ink doesn't start to dry up on you. Then take your blank card and make sure that it's facing the right direction, and then line it up with your card or with your foam and press down firmly on the back. Here you can use something heavy like a book to leave it for a few minutes in order to get a clear print if you're not confident in your abilities to press it down. And then peel off your blank card and you have your print. For the next method, you'll need your lino cut block, your lino cut tool, your graphite paper, and a pencil. To start this method, put your graphite paper the darkest side down onto your lino cut block. Then use your pencil to draw a design on the back side of the graphite paper. This will create a graphite transfer to create dark lines where your design is so that they're easier to carve out later. It also allows for a little bit more forgiveness when drawing your design. You can trim your graphite paper to the size of your block if that makes it easier to see. It's also important to note that if you want to put any letters or numbers on your design, that they will need to be drawn backwards in order to print the correct way. Block printmaking creates a reverse image on your card. So if you don't put them the correct way, they will end up backwards in your final design. We recommend just writing your letters on after you complete your print, once your ink is dried. This just ensures that you can avoid any mistakes and allows for a little bit more creative freedom. Once you're happy with your design, peel off your graphite paper and you can see your successful transfer. From here, I like to go back over my design with my pencil. From here, it's time to start carving with your lino cut tool. You'll want to make sure that you fit your lino cut tool with the correct tip. There are lots of different tips to choose from, but we recommend starting with the smaller one to begin. To attach your lino cut tip, turn the tip of your tool to the left. This will loosen it. From here, you can slide in the tip of your lino cut tool in and then turn it to the right to tighten it. The tip of your tool should not wiggle at all. It should be nice and firm in place. From here, use your tool to carve out small lines in your design. The material of your lino cut block is very much like an eraser, so it should be pretty easy. However, it does take some practice and some patience to get the hang of. You want to be very careful when using your lino cut tool, as it can be very sharp if you carve towards your body or towards any of your fingers or hands. It can cause serious injury and cuts, so be very careful and move slowly when possible. In this demonstration, I used a smaller tip for the entirety of the design, but if yours is larger and you have larger surface area to take out of your lino cut block, you might want to use a larger tip. I find this process very relaxing and fun. This is what it should look like when it's done. And from here, we're going to repeat the same steps as we did for the foam block. This time I actually used two colors to create a little bit of an ombre effect. So you can mix the colors together however you like. We are going to do the exact same thing that we did with the foam block and roll out our ink from side to side and up and down until we get an even layer on our brayer. I love the tie-dye effect that using two colors creates. And then working quickly, we're going to roll our brayer onto the top of our design. And then take our card and place it the correct way down onto our block and push down. And then when you peel it off, you will have completed your second print. It's important to note that it might take a couple of tries to get the hang of this, and you might not get perfect prints the first time around. You might find that after you've printed, you need to recarve more out of your block. From here, I'm just writing a message on the top of one of my prints. You can also use these methods to print on any type of material. These make great wrapping paper if you want to make like a pattern to create wrapping paper for a gift to go along with your card. And you can also print using smaller things like pink erasers to create little designs to decorate your card. And then you can take the provided envelopes and use them to seal your card. Thank you for watching.